Interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let me know if you can hear this. Now that is connecting the I see to the I know. Arigato. Ashe. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to be here in this space, showing up for myself, showing up for the community, showing up for the collective. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you could hear that, because sometimes like you can't hear when I watch the replays and I'm just looking at the video, it doesn't like the ringing of the bell sometimes. I think it just depends on what device I record from, but everything is, just analyzing, right? So anyway, I got some downloads before I start the reading. The downloads were traumas are bookmarks in our story. Traumas are bookmarks in our story. The great thing about bookmarks is it lets us know there's something that we need to go back to review, maybe get some better understanding to, reread, like reinterpret. And then we're supposed to take that bookmark and put it somewhere else, or take the bookmark out of the book we're reading. So we have control over these traumas. If we look at them like bookmarks, they're not permanent. They're for something for us to go back and review. So look at stepping back from some of the traumas, some of the experiences that you have bookmarked with memories. I was talking in depth with one of my friends, and for about 4 hours today, which was unbelievable. But he has these bookmarks and he's going back to them. And I was like, bro, if you just look at things like bookmarks and that you have control to decide if you want to bookmark here or not, you can move. You have to let things trauma. You have to let that energy, that emotion move through you, right? Otherwise, it's just going to continue to be a bookmark. And it's so funny because I have some books, and I remember that there's a page in these books for me to go back and review, you know? So that was one of the downloads today as well. And then also too, just when you want to unpack things with other people, because Mercury is in retrograde, we have to be very delicate about the information that we're giving out, but also who we're giving the information to, especially if it's something that's very vulnerable or leaves us very open. We want to just make sure we preface before we lay emotional vomit on someone that, hey, is it okay if I, do you have the bandwidth? Do you have the energy? Because not everybody got the energy right now. Not everybody got it. They might look like they do because they put that poker face on and they go and they about their business and they do what they need to do. But underneath it all, they can't hold space for you sometimes. So just preface that with people right now, right? Blossoming abundance and drum roll, please. Happy family. Wow. Look at this beautiful energy. Look at this forecast. We're going to get into this happy family, this blossoming abundance. This is a tide of the turn, right? We have walked through some dark stuff, but it wasn't so dark this time. Maybe it was just dim, but it really wasn't dark. It was dim. We have some knowing this time, right? Through this time of going through whatever we're going through. But happy family and blossoming abundance. Like, we need this. The magician in the mirror and the thinking woman. I've been getting him a lot. I've been getting the thinking man, the thinking woman, and man holding a heart and woman holding heart. So a lot of people are really a lot in kind of like showing up as, okay, this is me. This is finally me, right? This is who I am in my masculine. This is who I am in my feminine. And this is who I am. This is who I'm showing up as, right? Meet me here. This is where I need people to meet me. Also, too, some of you guys have decided that you are going to enter into a new contract, a new soul contract with someone, right? Whether this be work related, personal, or professional. Some of you guys are about to walk into a new soul contract, reviewing the fine details. Maybe you're going back and saying, hey, can you offer me this? But there's an offer being made and there's counter offer being accepted is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay. That's just for a specific person. So I feel like you understand your worth. You're kind of in a period where you understand some of your gifts and your powers as well. And you're willing to like know them, but they don't have to be forefront. Okay. Like, you know who you are when you like at home with yourself, but when you're out in the public, you know how to pivot and be a part of the collective. You get it. You understand your assignment now. You know how to protect yourself. You're also coming with that wisdom energy as well. Like, people are reaching out to you. People are asking you random questions and you relying on you or expecting you to be this like shoulder for them now. So you could be seeing that people are seeing that you have went through some transformation. Maybe you've spent some time alone or to yourself. Most recently, you kind of went in hermit mode, right? Adjacent possibilities, bottom of the deck. I've kind of been seeing this card too. Like, there's going to be a lot of opportunities opening up. And I think that's what supports the blossoming abundance and the happy family. This is finally your reward for showing up as your authentic self. If you've been working more on being your authentic self, this is confirmation that it's a big payday. It's going to work out. Everything. Happy family and the money and family. You don't have to choose. I think a lot of the collective, some of us that are heroes, light workers, star seeds, feel like we have this complex where we have to be really sacrificing something. And no, once you have your awakening and through this 7/7 portal, it's really not about it's really not about that. It's really not about that. There's a lot of sevens too, because 3 and 4, these were the first two cards that came out. What do they equal? They equal 7. Today is 7-7. These two cards jumped out today to let us know that this is the present energy. We don't have to accept anything less than this. We are walking through portals. That's why portals even exist in the first place. It's a spaceship that's about to go somewhere. Not everybody's invited. That's why you got the thinking woman and the magician. She realizes, look, I'm lucky. I'm of both worlds. I have so many different beautiful gifts about me, and it is okay to fully lean into that and accept that. Is it something I share with everyone? Absolutely not. But do I let people change me because of their opinion of me? Absolutely not. So that is a 7 coming out in the reading. And I just want us to know, like, Spirit understands the assignment. Do we understand that it is a time to empty out the hands? If you were holding on to things now that you were wondering if you could get something better, let it go. Try it out. Let it go and try it out. Also, too, read more books. Like, read actual books, people. Stop getting everything from the internet. Okay, that was that's why bookmarks was part of the download. Books, hello. When's the last time we've like held an actual book, smelt it, laid with it, right? So the thinking woman, she's full of like, this is her. This is her fully showing up in her power, her embodying the fact that she is a jack of all trades. And you know what? There's a download to this jack of all trades. And it's better to be a jack of all trades than a master of none. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be a jack of all trades than a master of none. That's for someone specific. Anyway, she's a jack of all trades. And one of her gifts is she can lean into her masculine, her feminine, her fire, her elemental energies. And she can also be the magician in the mirror. And she's also attracting this person to her. So if you guys, we're going to step into this. This is about to get deep. Because we've got these adjacent possibilities. We got all these possibilities. And you're like, well, I don't see them coming, but I do. Let's talk about this magician and this magician and this woman, because I have been getting so much, like every time, even when I read for myself, I have been seeing masculine, 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 masculine. Look. You see what I'm saying? I've been seeing this. I've been seeing this. I'm saying I've been seeing this. And you see, he's offering, and she's like, she's in her feminine energy. I don't know if pink's your color, but pink need to be your color. Okay. And tomorrow's the 8th. I'm just saying, the number 8. We went to 7, 8. Just saying. This is only for a few people, but it's really, if you believe and you accept, this is what's coming to you. Look, oh my goodness gracious. Is there such thing as just being delusional and just believing in magic, not trying to figure out why and how and why it happens to happen to you, but just accept that it does. So you see how we're going to stages though? We're going through stages, healthy stages. Okay. We're going to dating. Then we're going to go into commitment. You got happy family. You got blossom abundance. The work has been done. Love. It's not a do I need more healing? No, you are perfect as you are in this moment right now. In this 7-7 portal. If you had to go right now, you can go. She ready. Okay, boom. Look, going up. She ready. She had to go right now. The portal. What? The portal. Cards, talk to him. Talk to him. Look. She ready. Thinking woman right here. Look, she's in here, right? She got her little jacket on. She going. This is you. This is you. It's going to happen. You don't have to doubt it. You don't have to like overthink it. This you. Now, where you want to go is your journey. But there is a portal. And if the cards can't show you, I don't know what to tell you. You know? Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to do what you're doing. Ooh, look, then we go to commitment. Then we go to intimacy. Do you see? This is somebody that is writing their own story. Boom, dating. Then we went to commitment, right? Now we're at intimacy because there's levels to this. We're not skipping shit. Maybe we skipped some shit in the past. We're not doing that again because we get into this happy family right here with blossoming abundance. We know that we don't have to work and operate from a place of lack, that it's gonna like that it can't exist, that we can't maintain and sustain these gifts, this reward. We can sustain this. We own this. We deserve this. Do we believe it for ourselves? We're also going to get into what could be blocking you from believing anything different than this. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get into that. Share the video. Love it. Make sure you like it. I don't see no likes on here yet. I need likes. Okay. But do you see this? We're going to talk about this. But it's going through levels. It's going through levels, y'all. Okay. Thank you for the like. What else do we got? Ooh, bottom of the deck, yin and yang, twin flame, soulmate. I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. We need that. That's our yin and yang. That means we are balanced. We are our light and we are our dark energy. And then we will also attract our light and our dark energy. And it's something that's complementary. Opposites are complementary as well. Any more messages, Spirit? We good there. You just dropped the mic with us on this one. You got the yin yang. You got true union at this point, but levels. You know, first we were sharing the water. Now we really sharing the water. We are, you know, this is it. Right here could be union, right? Yin yang. This is your person. This could be your forever person because the portal is open. Portal is open. Okay. The portal is open. Now let's discuss what might be blocking this. Okay. I got a deck that does that. That goes into what is blocking the F up. This is my Osho deck. If you want to know, it's one of the decks I've had for a really long time. And it deals with the yin and yang energy. That's why we're going to shift over into these messages. Okay. My new schedule is going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays for readings. Okay. I'm going to do those days live. And then in the meantime, I will also do collective readings of elements and zodiacs. And I'm just trying new things, you know? Okay, Spirit, we want to know what is blocking this energy here, this blossoming abundance and this happy family. What's blocking this right here? We're going to ask Spirit, because everybody wants this. Subconsciously, what is in the way? What's blocking this? Okay, for the collective. Okay. 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 What else? What do we got here? We got the 3. Okay, what else? Okay, that jumped over there. Okay. I'm getting a lot of messages and downloads about this. Okay, keep going over here. Ooh. Woo! Anything else? What's blocking? Okay, so okay, that's what's blocking. So let's dissect this part. Okay. It's like you could be having the best time of your life, but your inner voice, there is this inner voice that's like the Debbie Downer. It's like you have this inner voice that can be a Debbie Downer, and it doesn't matter how good you got it. It's like a cloud that is always there, even when you're feeling really good, there's just something right there. Is that Debbie Downer, and you're always fighting with trying to overcome that Debbie Downer energy, right? You're always trying to overcome that voice, that burden. And it's heavy. Sometimes it's heavy and it's hard to counteract that voice. Does that make sense? Like, let me know if this is resonating, because this could be the block between, again, how are you getting to this happy family and this blossoming abundance? It's this inner voice, because you could be completely celebrating with people, but then that inner voice kicks in, that old story, that old programming, and it shows up as a burden. It shows you up as a burden, or the situation ends up being a burden, or there's just something negative about the experience that would change anything from like positive to like, oh man, you see another side to what you're experiencing. And it's hard to not necessarily get this, but maintain it. And I feel like that could be for someone in the collective energy. Okay. But you have this high priestess energy. So it's like you have some control over it, but you don't really want control over it. Okay. So the celebration card, like I said, that's collaborating with people, that's working together, that's partnership. There's so many things. However, you'll want to do those things, but then there's always this negative voice that's telling you why you shouldn't do. Even if it's something that's perfectly safe, there's that ego, that old ego that still sits in the back and it's like, no, I don't know if we should do this because so there's that voice, that inner voice, and it's super strong. And a lot of you guys have really battled trying to overcome that inner voice. Let me know if that resonates with you. That could be a lot, overthinking, overanalyzing, estimating yourself, undervaluing yourself, right? It says if you have found your truth within, there's nothing more in this whole existence to find. And there's, again, a lot of people are out here trying to they're looking for something. They don't know what the fuck they're looking for, but they're looking for something. But when they find it, they're still looking for something. It's just like this void that just does not feel. Okay. So it says truth is functioning through you. When you open your eyes, it is truth opening his eyes. When you close your eyes, it is truth who is closing its eyes. All right. We see the eyes on there. This is a tremendous meditation. If you can simply understand the device, you don't have to do anything. Whatever you are doing is being done by truth. You are walking, it is truth. You are sleeping, it is the truth resting. You are speaking, it is the truth speaking. You are silent, it is the truth that is silent. You are the truth. Your inner voice is the truth. But can you discern your inner voice from your ego? Ooh, that's a big one. Now, I have discussed the difference in ego and inner voice. I don't know if you guys have caught that live, but that's what this is talking about. This is one of the most simple meditation techniques. Slowly, slowly, everything settles by the simple formula, and then there is no need for the technique. Let me repeat that again. This is one of the most simple meditation techniques. Slowly, slowly, everything settles by this simple formula, and then there is no need for the meditation or the technique. If you understand that you are the truth, that's what we're all trying to get to. When people go into deep meditation, they're trying to listen and hear their inner voice, their truth, right? So when you are literally knowing that you are the truth, what you speak, what you do, when you sleep, when you're up, like you are your truth, you are the truth. Once you understand what that really truly means, then you're aligned with the purpose of even meditating. The meditation is the connection to yourself, to higher self, to clear away all the external voices and to hear you. So there you go, y'all. But until then, you got that negative voice back there talking about you a burden. And it's, you see how like this person is like being carried by this other person. That's a lot of weight. And then there's something else on top. A whole rooster. You know how annoying those things sound? So there's all these inner voices that you guys are still holding on to. These it's like these inner voices are directing you. And you know, to know yourself is to know your inner compass, your GPS. This person is being directed by other entities outside of him. How many of you guys feel like this sometimes? You're like, man, I don't know if I'm going the right way. I don't know. Like the clouds, those are like confusion. It's meant to be foggy and you can't see your way through, you know? So that is again, why, how do you get to that inner voice? It says, when you're cured, you throw away the meditation, you throw away the medicine, you live as true, alive, radiant, contented, blissful, a song unto yourself. Your whole life becomes a prayer without any words, or better to say a prayerfulness, a grace, a beauty which does not belong to our mundane world, a ray of light coming from the beyond into the darkness of our world. So this is basically saying like there's so much that can happen with you realizing that you are your truth. And once you realize that, that's huge value because you don't look outside of yourself for that validation anymore. You don't look outside of yourself for other people's approval because you know what you speak of yourself is the truth. And then just learning how to speak highly of yourself, your experience, not just yourself, but your experience too. Whew, that's hard on some people. Hard on him like a pin. Okay, so there's that burden. There's that, you know, feeling like you're, I don't know, being watched, being judged. I see that. I see people are still working with that heavy burden. That could be parental. That could be, you know, school expectations. For the fact, this could be like, this is the food you could eat could be making you feel cloudy, you know? If you're not eating a very healthy diet, right? Food can also weigh you down and make you feel like you don't have the clarity you need, you know? So there's this burden. Let's get into this burden. How did this burden come about, right? Let's get to this. Clarify this burden and this inner voice of this burden. Where did this come from? Give us a backstory to this, please, Spirit. Thank you. Right? But you're on the other side of the spectrum of your goal. And sometimes you have to be in that darkness, right? That's what the card said. Boom. What is this? Ooh. Friendliness, moment to moment friendliness. Twos and twos, two. Because we were talking about the two inner voices. And then you got moment to moment, which is a 2. And then you got friendliness, which is a 2. Now, this could, because we have celebrations too. So I feel like you want to get back into your natural social self. You don't particularly like being in hermit mode, feeling weighed down, feeling like you can't really talk or discuss like what's going on in your life. Okay. It's like you almost need to be able to have, camaraderie or support system or someone that's alike. And you don't, and I think you have resources, you just don't necessarily utilize them. But this may be a call to action for you to kind of just reach back out to people and nurture some friendships that you had already created with people that you feel safe and that are like-minded like you. And you know who those people are. Okay. And I feel like just you having that fresh air, you could be getting invited out to go somewhere, like for a walk to the park. If that is an invite that someone comes to you with, please go ahead and accept that. I was telling my friend today, look, after 4 hours, I said, bro, can you just get to a place where you only have to exist for the next 3 days? And this is a message I channeled for him for the next 3 days, because you get the number one, right? The magician. Believing in magic. And believing in magic just only means that but magic can happen just because I exist. Okay? Is it. Just exist. Some of you guys I won't say some of you guys. Some of the collective is really overwhelmed with performance. How can I perform? How can I be the best? What can I do better? What am I not doing right? And it's overwhelming. And if you think about the collective is doing that, it's a high energy, it's a high anxiety for people, right? When we just need to do this, more of this right here. And this is what I recommended for him too. These two cards right here. To exist in silence. Just exist in silence. Right? Just exist in silence. Tell him for 3 days, literally, to do his breath work, do his pranayama, and just exist. Stop trying to have an assignment. Stop trying to have it all figured out. Stop trying to know what's going to happen next. Just exist so that he could just get completely grounded, get completely like surrendering to stopping, like a complete hard stop, so that he could finally, because he's like, oh, well, this person told me this person. I said, well, what did you tell you? Like, what did you learn about you? What did you tell you? And when he didn't have anything, I was like, you need to talk to yourself. You need more for you to understand what you need to hear from you and not what everybody else is telling you, if that makes sense. So we have this completion card, finding the pieces of your puzzle. But then that, like I said, that comes in a place of, you can't put a puzzle together when you're like thinking about this, doing this, that. A puzzle requires all your attention. And then that way you're able to put the pieces together and you understand that life is pieces of puzzles. It's like you have to continue to keep putting it together. You can't keep holding on to the piece, because you'll never get to see the picture and the whole purpose of why you decided to put this puzzle together in the first place. So it's kind of like, it connects you. It's a connection. It's a way of connecting to your higher self. It's a way to connect to your inner child. It's a way to connect to your ancestors. You are a piece of the puzzle. Okay. So I just really feel like for the collective, there's this huge portal. It's opening. It may not be believable. You might be fighting against it instead of going with the flow, you know? You may feel like you have to be forced to go in and make fast decisions. But there's something that is going to come in pretty fast. And I see it happening already behind the scenes. And we're just now waiting for that right moment to be in the right place. And then boom, this takes off very quickly. So again, if someone is feeling like this is what they're wanting, it really depends on if you can just show up in your full authenticity of who you are. Because then you're like, wow, I was really who I am, and there's no going back from that. You can, if you're real in the beginning, that's great. If you're real, then people are going to be like, okay, well, that was the real right there. And then you make changes from that. They still honor that person because they met your real. They don't have to doubt you, and you don't have to doubt the meeting or the experience either. Okay. So that was more of a collective message with this 7/7 portal. I've been saying that I know a lot of people are going to be coming into union as well between 7/7 and 8/8. This is a very powerful time. So I wouldn't be surprised if, people were getting engaged. You might hear about some people that are getting engaged. That's a big deal. Pop-ups, like for real. Because we got an 8 here. We got an 8 here. We got an 18, 28. So I see a lot of 8s in the reading, a lot of repeat numbers with 8s in them. And I think tomorrow's the 8th. And then we're a month away from 8/8. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is for a reason right now. I love it. So, all right. I see this intimacy. I see that we just need to go into a space of quietness, silence, or just stillness even. Do this for as long as you can. If you can't commit to 3 days, do 1 day, do 3 hours, do something. But you just need to exist. Just understand that all you need to do while you're in that space is just exist. That's when you can really let some downloads come in, because you're not trying to force yourself to do anything else. You're not trying to listen to the most hottest video on YouTube. You're not trying to create your own. You're not trying to figure out life's greatest mysteries. All you're doing is just sitting in stillness. And then boom, you can hear this most subtle voice, which is your inner self, your inner child, your soul speaking to you. Might even be a couple angel sisters. Then that new vision comes through. That new vision come through. Quick. That's what we waiting on. We waiting on this new vision right here. And you see like how the other cards had that stillness, and it's like, boom, the message comes right in, right clear through. Okay, so new vision. Let me read what this means. I like this card. These Osho decks, they have such deep meanings. It's showing like it's just something different. This is major arcana, this vision. So this means that God, your higher self, spirit, is in alignment with this delivery. This isn't just something you're manifesting on your own. You have help in this vision, okay? I like this for me because my name is Visions with Vet. Okay, so we're almost there, y'all. And then after new vision is transformation. I'm just going to put that out there. It says, when you open up to the ultimate, immediately it pours into you. When you open up to the ultimate, it immediately pours into you. Immediately. Expeditiously. You are no longer an ordinary human being. You have transcended. Your insight has become the insight of the whole existence. Now you are no longer separate. You have found your roots. Otherwise, ordinarily, everybody is moving without roots, not knowing from where their heart goes on receiving energy, not knowing who goes on breathing in them, not knowing the life juice that is running inside them. 70% of the people, the collective, they say, has not awakened yet. Okay, that's just a high. I don't even think that many is awake. I don't even think 30% is awakened yet. It is not the body. It is not the mind. It is something transcendental to all duality. That is called Bhagavad, the Bhagavad in the 10 directions. Okay. We don't know what that is. We'll have to go and check that out. But it says your inner being, when it opens, first experience two directions, the height and the depth, and then slowly, as it becomes your established situation, you start looking around, spreading into all other eight directions. Now, I just read out of here, and it says slowly, and here it says slowly. I don't think that's a coincidence. Oh, because I was reading from the High Priestess energy, the inner voice said slowly, everything settles by this simple formula. Slowly, as this becomes your established situation, you're looking around, spreading into all other eight directions. Damn, your inner voice is trying to give you a new vision, y'all. The inner voice is trying to give you a new vision. And once you have attained to the point where your height and your depth meet, then you can look around to see the very circumference of the universe. Then your consciousness starts unfolding in all 10 directions, but the road has been won. And that's O-N-E, not W-O-N. The road has been won. Okay, that's deep. That's deep. We're gonna have to marinate on that a little bit. That's what these cards do. These cards paint for the week. But what I feel like it's saying is like, bro, this portal is bringing in information. Once you get into this place, this is some divine information. It ain't for everybody because everybody's not gonna get in stillness. Everybody's not gonna get to a quiet place. Everybody's not gonna be committed. Everybody's not gonna make some type of sacrifice, some compromise for the download. Not everybody gonna do it. And definitely not 30% of the collective is gonna do it. But there's a new vision coming down. There's a new vision. I kind of want to channel into this new vision, spirit. I just, for some reason, saw the integration card. Integration with that yin yang energy. I'm just saying, what's this new vision? Ooh, what's this new vision? And this 8. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice. This is 12, but this is 8. Tomorrow's the 8th. What's this new vision, spirit? What's this new vision? There we go. Ooh, we got a vision. Ooh, man, this is craziness. Okay, the download coming in, y'all. Ooh, okay, we got another 2. We keep getting these 2s. Where a lot of people are still in their ordinariness when they cling to the past and they don't see beyond what's right in front of them to see the perspective from up high like an eagle. People don't see it. Letting go, clinging to the past, letting go, clinging to the past, needing to let go. But before you do that, like I said, 70% of the collective, I think it's more like 80%, 85% of the collective is not awakened yet. People are still in their ordinariness. People are in their ordinariness, clinging to the past still. But this ordinariness also just represents like, sometimes we have to let go of our need to want to be always doing and over compensating and buying and consuming things. Sometimes we have to sit in that being just ordinary and just being okay with that, whatever that looks like to you. Sometimes it's okay to be just ordinary. I think sometimes we're always out here trying to overachieve, that there's always a balance to everything. And the Osho deck really hyphens like where we could be over compensating for some of our weaknesses or our lack, and we always overcompensated with it doing something another way. Some people, instead of don't want to be ordinary, so they want to go out and be an overachiever, and then there's this imbalance. So also too, clinging to the past. Some of you guys might be holding on to some actual physical things, artwork, right? Look at that. Books, thought forms, things that you don't even resonate with no more. You still holding on to them though. Why are you really holding on to it? Let somebody else honor it. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. And you see, she holding on to it so tough. She holding on to it so tough. She don't see the possibilities. She's blocked. She got that tunnel vision. Just only sees what's right in front of her. Doesn't see the possibilities. Right? But to see the possibilities, you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let it go. 8. Keep getting 8s. Keep getting 8s. It might be something, a download that comes through to you. Is how can you let go of the old? Maybe some people just need to start over. It's okay to start completely over. It's okay to not have all the answers. And that's why this download, these portals open up, because some people are just, it's like spotty beam me up, or what is it, spike, whatever, beam me up. Like, beam me up and give me the assignment again, or give me a new assignment, because I lost my way. I lost the map. I lost whatever GPS system I was working through, whether it just be I'd lost my direction. I forgot my true north. I forgot my journey or my purpose, my mission. So these portals actually have those type of information downloads that come through for people that are wanting to shift or pivot, right? She pivoted. Like, oh, you know what? Let me get this new download, right? Just like when you get an iPhone. Some people get a new iPhone, a brand new one, because they want that new stuff. But some people just make sure that they always keep their phone updated. And then some people don't like the updates. Some people don't like the portals. Some people don't like the information that's coming through the portals. That's why I said it's not for everyone. But if you're watching this video, when you watch it, if you see a 7-7 portal, whenever you see a 7-7 portal, because time's an illusion, it's meant to give you some information. Let's see it. What can you let go of? Some of y'all got some stuff in your closet. Some of y'all got some stuff in your closet. You don't fit it no more. You've been thinking about it. I would give myself 7 days to get rid of some things, let some stuff go, especially if you want to manifest a new wardrobe. Okay? You ain't going to wear them things. You ain't going to wear them things. Okay? You got some new clothes coming in. Boom. Abundance. Okay, you guys, we keep getting abundance. 2 different decks. Abundance. This is a very abundant time. Breakthroughs happening. Conditioning, realizing who you are, and accepting that you are authentically different. Right? You different. Sometimes you need to look in the mirror and you need to let the mirror know who the fuck you want to be. Not who you are, but who you want to be. Breakthrough. Look into that mirror. Break that mirror and be like, nah, that old mirror don't even make me look good no more. Give me a new mirror. Conclave one at an angle. One that makes me look good every fucking time I look in it. And then I will continue to believe it. And then eventually my body will show it. Abundance, bro. Some abundances you can't even imagine. Food, especially. Abundance of food. Abundance of knowledge coming through. Abundance of not having to work super hard. Abundance of just being able to see the world through, I don't want to say rose-colored glasses, but maybe rainbow glasses. I see people, you seeing things differently because you have decided to graduate out of this old thing that you've been holding on to. You're graduating from letting this go. Seeing things, new possibility and perspectives, because you got abundance and breakthroughs coming through. Possibilities, lots of good things. But again, it's going to rely on your conditioning. I told my son, he said he wanted to go and run track. I said, well, what conditioning are you doing? You can't just go walk on the team and like you ain't jogged, you ain't ran no 2 miles, you ain't lifted no weights. Like it's like the conditioning. What conditioning are you ready? Have you conditioned your body? Have you conditioned your environment to accept this of abundance, but not only to accept it, but to be able to maintain it, not to lose it, not to feel that you don't deserve it at some point. Okay. Woo wee, they're coming out, y'all. The world, see? The world card coming through. Abundance coming through. You see this? I like this. That moon energy, that next full moon energy, that next new moon. Moon cycles are really important for y'all. If you resonate with moon cycles, I would say definitely get your moon ceremonies going. Storm warning. Storm warning. Because, in order for this breakthrough to happen, there's going to be a little bit of shaking up. I see some people have just joined. Welcome. If you want to, if you're new and you want to get on the list, subscribe, like the video, comment your name, zodiac sign, and where you're watching from, and I will put you on the list and you can get read today. But there is a storm brewing. Some of you guys, this is a literal storm. There's like thunderstorms. I know we just had one, and sometimes they come out of nowhere. Okay, but that's just gonna have that breakthrough gonna happen too. It's gonna come through like you didn't know that this was coming. Okay, this is coming through. You're gonna be like, what? I did not expect that. So you gotta get that. You gotta get ready. Get ready so you ain't gotta stay ready. Okay. Hey, Mr. Mike, you gotta like the video. And you got to subscribe, and I'll put you on the list. Thank you. Thank you. I'll reset my deck while you're doing that. Welcome. Hi, sister. Radiant energy. Whoop, whoop, Kashina. Let's see here. I just going on a tangent, y'all. I love reading, but it's so much funner to read people. So thank you for liking. Make sure you subscribe, Mike, and then or do you live in Michigan now? Are you still in Michigan? You have to dialogue with me. I must. Yes. Okay, perfect. He said, yes, he's in Michigan now. Perfect. All right. So let me write you on my list. Okay. We've got Mike, and then I'm going to timestamp this for 52:48. And we've got Mike. And he is a Virgo. We love our Virgos. And you are from Michigan. Okay, perfect. Now, Mike, this is my first time reading you. So if you don't mind, just make sure that you're hitting the hearts and just send that beautiful energy this way. It helps me connect to you and give you the more personal reading, okay? Spirit, we have Mike. He's a Virgo from Michigan. He would like to know what does he need to know? Keep tapping the heart button for me, please. Okay, let's see here. All right. Let's see. We're going to pull some cards for Mike here. Thank you. Spirit, what messages do you have for Mike? He is a Virgo from Michigan. Okay. Look, storm warning. Got that card again. 10. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we need to hear? Okay, don't worry. It's going to be all right. It's like your energy is a little bit all over the place. Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel anxiety, a little bit of anxiety. Mike, I feel like you got some anxiety, right? You got some anxiety about some things. And you may have some, what I call a tower moment. But a tower moment just means that something in your life needs to change because maybe you haven't you haven't seen something. I'm going to be a little nosy. I like being a little nosy. So I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask this deck some questions. You got a storm. You got something you got to deal with in the next. Is it this week? You got something you got to deal with this week. Probably by Friday. You got some decision you need to. Something gonna happen, but let me get into it. I know the live be mess trying to be hating on me. I got you though. Okay, so I feel like there's something that is. What is this? What is this storm in action? Something you're gonna have to take action on within the next week to a week and a half, between the 10th and the 17th. And it's like it's giving you anxiety though. Like I feel this, like you're scared, like you have something you're like really scared to do or move towards because you have a lot of anxiety about it. It might have been something that you failed in the past and you're trying to do it again. Okay. You're trying to figure out, how can I redo this? And it's kind of like sometimes you have to fail before you can feel success, right? And it's like, yeah, there's a lot of anxiety. I keep picking up on a lot of anxiety for you. And even when I was like shuffling the cards, like it was like there's this doubting, like, yeah, I can do it. No, I can't. Yeah, I can do it. Like you're going back and forth. You're kind of vacillating. Okay. But it's like spirit is like, your team is like, you got this, you can do this. But you're like, yeah, no. So there's this anxiety, but I feel like you're going to be pushed with the storm. Basically, the storm is saying, hey, look, bro, you got to piss or get off the pot. You got some piss or get off the pot energy happening. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's probably going to happen by Friday. Okay. But the good thing is, like, I feel like you have this fear that you just need to take action and go fight through it, because I see you on the other side looking real good, bruh. Like looking real good. And it's only a matter of, it's like some people, they fear getting shots, but then they get somebody and they give them the shot and it was like, oh, are you done? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, oh man, I've been thinking like it was going to be so much worse than it really was. And I see that for you. And right now you have a lot of anxiety right now and a lot of fear. What is this fear and this anxiety about? And it's like some big move or some big choice you need to take, right? You could be dealing with some conflict. You can let me know. It's a lot of sword energy here, so it's a lot of mental shit. Someone you had to leave, move away from, But it's like this inner strength energy. You have the Leo energy, you have the Sun card, you have two Leo energies like helping you. This cornucopia, definitely an anxiety and potentially, yeah, I see that. You not potentially. You gotta go. You gotta go. You already you need to count your losses, but then count your blessings. You might feel defeated because you got defeat and moving on. Right? You got defeat and moving on. And you just need to have a curiosity about what could be better for you, because whatever it is that you're in and you're dealing with, you got so much anxiety. You got definitely anxiety. Wife of 9 years, 3 beautifully healthy. Wife of 10 years, 3 beautiful. I love that for you. So what's this anxiety dealing with then? Because it looks like it's an 8 of Cups. Moving on. Is this dealing with your work? Because I got curiosity. Could be dealing with your finances though too. What is this about? What's all this anxiety, Spirit? You're not resting enough either. So even when you could like not have so much anxiety, you're not taking all the steps that you need to. Prosperity. You've got like all these really good cards though. I I got you got like all these amazing cards. You got prosperity, you've got strength, you got the sun card. You've got some really good things. You even have cornucopia. So whatever it is that you are like really afraid of going and dealing with, I feel like you're going to be forced to deal with it anyway, right? You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to get off the pot or piss or get off the pot at some point. And you're gonna have to move on from it because it's on the other side of it is all these amazing, beautiful opportunities. Like you got some of the happiest cards in the deck when some of the most positive cards when you look at, okay, I have this situation happening and I'm scared, but if I just had a little bit of confirmation, yeah, the tower moment. Ooh, see that? So you could either, like I said, you said chaos, destruction, sudden upheaval, unexpected change is happening. Fear of the unknown, judgment, risk, inexperience. Baby, you're going to have to get some rest. Otherwise, this is going to turn into dis-ease. You're going to have to get some rest. There's something that you have to walk away from, moving on from. Let me see what the oopsie. Oh, hell no. We ain't doing that. Half the cards. When I don't read for people, and this is my first time reading them, it's like all the cards. It's like all the cards. All the cards have messages for you. You have this tower moment, but let me see. Let's talk about this tower moment. Because you got storm, you got chaos, you got some things happening. Let's see here. What is this storm? Storm. Now, like when I see the cards the way they are, there's a lot of action in them. Look, the outsider. So this could be dealing with property. Maybe you're having to move, or maybe you just had this upheaval happen where you had to move. You had to move. You know what I'm saying? There's something that needs to be happening because you feel like you've been locked out of something. You feel like, and this could be even just a trauma that you had as a child, right? Maybe your parents had to move suddenly. Maybe you were uprooted from like what you used to know. All of a sudden, one day you're in one place and then the next minute you're somewhere else, right? With this tower moment. And ever since then, whenever you feel like you have to move or you have to make some type of physical decisions like that, it might debacle you, debilitate you to where you feel like you can't move because it brings out all this trauma around you. Yeah, see, he says, I got you anxiety and depression for too long. This is my first reading ever. Lost emotional and mental, and tarot randomly popped up in head, and here I am. Yeah, like I said, but I feel like this could be a person that, right, that you've been abandoned. Maybe you feel like they've abandoned you. Could be a sword sign, air sign energy, but somebody has left you out. This is definitely abandonment energy. This is definitely feeling like someone left you. Okay. Again, I feel like it could be as far as even childhood situations happening, right? But here's the thing, this poor kid thinks that they're locked out, but it's not even locked, right? It's not even locked. So it's really going back into that trauma of a situation that happened and revisiting it and seeing how you can heal it. How can you rewrite this trauma that happened, okay? Because this is what's got you feeling this anxiety year after year, moment after moment, event after event, stressor after stressor. But on the other side of this, if you would just see that it was never locked, you were never locked out, and that you truly have your abundance, your cornucopia, you have your freedom. Okay, you have your freedom. You have your strength, your power, and you have prosperity. Woo! But you got to be curious. You got to be curious about what's on the other side of this old memory. This might be a memory that you need to visit. Okay? Because I feel like, but like I said, it could have been that there was some sudden change when you were growing up, and it could have been like a sudden move, like your parents had to make, or something, a sudden decision that they had to do. And it was so like traumatic to you because it was like, whoa, you didn't have all the answers. And I see exhaustion, and I got exhaustion twice for you, and that you need rest. Okay. Because I feel like that anxiety could be overwhelming you sometimes, mental overload. You need some relaxation. I don't know if you have a trip planned, but it might be time to take a vacation. And okay, says he has a handful of rough childhood memories. Absolutely. But one in particular is about you being abandoned or feeling locked out, right? Some people call it FOMO. Okay. Some people call that FOMO, fear of missing out. But, sometimes it's those dark places where the seed has to be planted. Because then you have the flowering card. And I just feel like that's even more abundance. It's more confirmation that, hey, so you did have it happen to you. He said sudden move would be grandparents flying from Michigan to Florida to move us home before CPS took and separated us boys. So yeah, again, like I said, I channeled that your home, your sense of normality was taken from you suddenly. So that trauma triggers you. It triggers your sense of safety and stability. Sometimes you may overcompensate in doing things because, and he's a July 4th, 1999. Wow. And flew you and drove you back home. Wow. And then to have that happen and then 9/11 happened, I'm pretty sure that really for you was a very traumatic year. That makes sense. And I feel like for you, you also get really exhausted easily, like, how sometimes you'll have that same battery in something, and it's 100. It'll say it gets to 100%, but that 100% burns down very quickly. I kind of feel like that may be kind of where your energy is at right now, because you're not resting. You're not like just letting it go completely. Like you're getting to 30% and then trying to charge up from 30 instead of just going down to 0 and just saying, I'm at 0. I have nothing to give. And I need this checkout. Yeah, that's been more recent where I am just there. Yeah. So do you see what I'm saying though? Like you got to get to 0. You're operating at 30, trying to charge up to 100, and every once in a while it is okay to say I am not okay. And I need to get to 0 so I can get back to 100 the right way. That's only going to resonate with certain people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because you have so much anxiety, my friend. Oh, so much anxiety. You feel defeated sometimes. But you have to move on from this. You have to let this go. This is what's holding you back from even feeling from even having this. This is right around the corner. All these beautiful cornucopia abundance. You got abundance. You got prosperity. You got flowering. Goodness gracious, you got prosperity. Please, you got the happiest. You got the best cards in the deck, in the tarot deck. But you going through it right now. You have to bust that bubble and tell that bubble it don't deserve to be there no more. And you are completely exhausted, right? You see lots of exhaustion. But you have to understand, like, you have to hit that 0 point. You have got to, you said just go, go, go. Absolutely. And I see that. I see that. But all you're doing is keep running into circles energetically. And you know, and you said you have 3 lovely daughters, right? Did I see that right? Or 3 lovely children? I'm trying to see here. Oh, healthy children. Okay, perfect. I see that. And you want to be the best version of yourself for your family. You know, you want to make sure that you're showing up 100%. You want to make sure you're showing up 100%. And sometimes these messages, my messages aren't to say, oh, these bad things or good things are going to happen per se. I'm more of a, what can you be working on? You know, what can you be working on to be living your best life in a present state of mind to really, truly enjoy it? You know, a lot of people have beautiful things and they don't even appreciate them until they're gone, you know? Life purpose for you, Mike. Hit that heart button for me. Let's see what your life purpose energy is. See if you're on the right path or need just confirmation. And he says he doesn't feel 100% when he's there, and it eats him alive when he's alone and in his own head. Yeah, absolutely. I see that. You had a lot of sword energy, and that's a lot of overthinking. Spirit, what message do you have for Mike? What is part of Mike's life path, life purpose? Do we have any messages for him in his life? Okay, so I love that this is your first reading. We got one card. What is it? You see it flipped all the way in the deck. All the way. Look at this. Oh, author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. This is you, Mike. This is you. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make time to write it. Got another one for you. What is it? What is it? Animals. I don't know if you have animals or if you could use an emotional support animal, but maybe you could. I'm just saying. Cats and puppies. Not saying that you don't already. You might be a cat person. No, you might be a dog person. Or if you even have any yet. I don't know. Yep. 2 dogs, 2 cats. Oh, so you are both. I got you. You rely on them as well. I know you probably have a great relationship with them because nobody that has a bad relationship is going to have that many animals. But you have a full house there, friend. Make sure that you're petting those animals, loving on them. The cats are so magical when they purr and when they like lean and lay next to you because they're actually absorbing some of the negative energy out of your body and they're transmuting it for you. And it's probably why you got the writing card. So I feel like you need to be writing. You got author and writing. Okay. And I feel like maybe just writing when, you know, with the animals, like just really immersing yourself in this opportunity to have this beautiful family, have these animals, you know, maybe you start venturing out on nutrition and crystals, getting into, into crystals. The one I'm working with right now, oh, she's your buddy. Good. Perfect. You know, tell her thank you for clearing out your energy. She's doing a really good job. When cats rub up against you, they are clearing any spirits, any essences that don't belong to your aura. They could also be sweeping you to seal off any holes or any leaks in your energy field. So definitely keep giving them space to do that for you. I'm working with some crystals. I don't know if you're into crystals, but crystals would definitely be something I would recommend for you since you're dealing with a lot of exhaust and mental overload. I would probably, when I hear a crystal, fluorite comes to mind. Let me write that in the fluorite crystal. That would be a crystal I would tell you to work with. It would also help you write this book. That's what your guide said. Fluorite is blue, green, and purple. Emphasis on the purple and the green. Great crystal, especially if you're not someone that typically is into crystals. But if you want one that's very powerful and useful for your children and for you, it helps with studying, it helps with concentration and focus. It's amazing. Fluorite would be really good for you. I'm going to grab a specimen of fluorite that I have, and I'm going to send a transmission for you. Because we're here. All right, let me get some fluorite. Okay. Since you're new, we want to make sure that we're sending you love. This is a fluorite crystal. Okay. Look how beautiful that is. Ooh-wee. Baby, when you have this anywhere near you don't have to get anything this big. I just get environmental pieces because I have a healing practice. But this is fluorite, okay? I'm going to read to you what this means. And while I read it, and this is for everybody that's on the live, if you're here, you're meant to be here. Get this transmit of this fluorite energy as I read to you what it's doing while you're absorbing it. I got one even bigger than this. This was the smaller of the two. Okay. Go ahead and concentrate on the crystal and absorb this message. Fluorite is highly protective, especially on a psychic level. It helps you to discern when outside influences are at work within yourself and shuts off psychic manipulation and undue mental influence. This stone cleanses and stabilizes the aura. It is extremely effective against computer and electromagnetic stress. Appropriately positioned, it blocks geopathic stress. Used in healing, it draws off negative energies and stress of all kinds. It cleanses, it purifies, dispels, and reorganizes anything within the body that is not in perfect order. Woo! This is one of the best crystals to use to come any form of disorganization. And I feel like you might have some of that. Okay? Fluorite. Get you a bracelet, get you a rough stone, get you a piece. Next time you get to a crystal store, make sure you got this. But right now, you're just soaking in, because our cell phones are even made out of crystals. So that's the power of crystals. I want you to know that. If you're not a crystal man, you're going to become one. Okay? Fluorite grounds and integrates spiritual energies. It promotes unbiased impartiality and heightens intuitive powers. It makes you more aware of higher spiritual realities and can quicken spiritual awakening. And it focuses the mind and links it into the universal mind. It brings stability to groups, linking them into a common purpose. It's associated with progress on many levels. Incorporating structure into daily life. This stone can overcome chaos, and I saw a lot of chaos in y'all reading, and reorganize the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. So this is helping reorganize that anxiety and that depression. I've always gravitated towards scents, but I'll give crystals your crystals are game changers, okay? Complete game changers. Even the cats love crystals. Cats love crystals, bro. They're going to be so excited you brought crystals. You got some. They'll help you charge them, ground them, clear them, put them animals to work. I have some animals, by the way, too, and they're all on this cat tree behind me because they love when I do readings, and they love crystals. They love being in the crystal area. Just saying. Okay, let me finish. Fluorite psychologically dissolves fixed patterns of behavior and gently opens the door to the subconscious, bringing suppressed feelings to the surface for resolution. And it also increases self-confidence and dexterity. It improves physical and mental coordination and counteracts mental disorders. Dissolving fixed ideas, it helps to move beyond narrow-mindedness to the bigger picture. This stone dissolves illusions and reveals the truth. It is very helpful when you need to act impartially and objectively. Okay, so like I said, everybody on this live, I just want you to absorb the power of this beautiful crystal just by even having it in your consciousness right now, because your brain does not know if this crystal is really in front of you or if it's not. Doesn't know real from fake. That's the ego that figures stuff out like that. So by you guys just even seeing this crystal right now, you can absorb the power and the intention of it. This is a great learning aid, and it organizes and processes information, linking what is already known into what is being learned, and increases concentration. It helps you to absorb new information and promotes quick thinking. Emotionally, it has a stabilizing effect. It helps you to understand the effect of the mind and emotions on the body. In relationships, it teaches the importance of balance. Physically, it assists for balance and coordination. So this is great for the collective if you're watching this reading. This just tells you how to structure your daily life with this crystal. And like I said, it overcomes chaos and reorganizes the physical, emotional, and the mental bodies. So if you have not dealt with crystal or with fluorite, I would recommend getting some fluorite in your arsenal. It does not have to be this big, y'all. This is, again, because I work with big groups. I work with collective, and I want to share my healing with others. You don't have to. This can be something that is a one-on-you journey. I've been there. So now I am transitioning to outward help in support with others. That's why I'm even on these lives. But this is the fluorite, y'all. And I noticed too, like, I would have this out, and I would notice that artists will be more like into their artwork. Like, I'm telling you, and for you, Mike, you're supposed to be an author, or you're supposed to be writing. You this is why fluorite will come in handy for you, okay? And if you accept your message, please write accept. Okay? If you accept your message, write accept in the message. There was a lot. I gave you a lot. It was your first time. Every reader's different. That's why this crystal would be beautiful for you, because you say you have ADHD, and this is what it's good for. I just whatever spirit tells me, that's what I've got thousands and thousands of crystals. This is the one that spirit told me that you needed. People are messengers, messengers come in all different shapes, sizes, and avenues, I appreciate that. He said, great experience, and it definitely hit home. It's supposed to. Now, friend, I will give you a disclaimer. Don't go and let everybody be reading your energy. Don't be getting on everybody live, okay? Because that's a road going nowhere. Okay? Your energy, I don't want it. I don't want to do nothing with it, but I can't say that the next person feels that way. Okay? I offer a different type of reading than a lot of other people do. Make sure you hit the notification button, because I will be going live. I will be dropping gems all the time. I love what I do. Yep, got to get up in a couple hours. Will divine rising to you in a few hours. And I let this information resonate, you know. Boom, you got the good luck card. Look at this: destiny, chance, karma, soulmates, cycles of life. Things are turning around for you as well, okay? So I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you for engaging with me. I love it, love it, love it. Let's see, we have somebody else on here. Thank you for accepting your message. We have, who do we got? I've always gravitated towards, oh, wait, no, that's Mike. Oh, if your name is Frank, okay. Friend, Memento, if you're still on here, you have to like the video and you have to subscribe, and then I will put you on my list. I would love to put you on my list. Y'all, I cooked tonight. I made some salmon croquettes and spaghetti and some cornbread. It was so good. I don't know if anybody else likes to cook, but I do. Love cooking. So good. So good. You just love your own cooking sometimes. You know, sometimes you take for granted going out to eat and da-da-da-da. And you're like, man, I actually cook better than going out to eat. Anyway, that was a side note. Memento, if you're still on here, you have to like and subscribe, and then I'll put you on the list. I'll give you a call, last call for that. If anybody else would like a card, I will. If I have some followers, if you would like a message, I can go ahead and give you one. Let me know that you're still here on the live. Send me some hearts, and I'll pull a card for you. I would love to. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you. Does anybody have any of my OGs on here still? If you'd like me to pull a card, I'm gonna pull. Let's see, what is the moon in today? Where is the moon at today? Last quarter. Last quarter. The moon's in last quarter. All right, y'all. Last call for readings. Last call. Does anybody, even if you've been read before, you can let me know you're here and I'll pull a message for you. When is the next supermoon? Let me pull some dates. I feel like pulling some auspicious dates for us and getting some messages that way. When is the next supermoon, bro? I want to look it up real quick. The next supermoons. Bro, get me out of here. Okay, so the next supermoon. What? December 24. Oh, Miss Kashina, you still here? Absolutely. Okay, so November is going to be a supermoon. January was already one. November going to have one for Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. Christmas going to have one. Okay. Yep. So those are the next supermoons. All right. January, November, and December. And it ain't that far away. Okay, Miss Kashina, want a message? Absolutely. Let me put you on the list. I'll give you a 7/7 portal reading, Kashina. And Kashina is I want to call you Virgo, but I know you're Leo Cancer. from Georgia. Okay, go ahead and hit that heart button, love. What message do we have for Kashina during this 7-7 portal? Spirit, what message do you have for Kashina for this 7-7 portal? What message do you have for Miss Kashina? What does she need to know? What do we have? Okay, Spirit, what message do we have? Okay. Ooh, okay. What's going on? What is this? Okay, dang it. Why my cards keep flying on the floor? Okay, let me do this. Oh, girl, you gonna like this. You gonna like this, Kashina. You gonna be like, man, every time I go to you always got these happy ass messages. I do. I got all these happy ass messages for you. Fulfillment and fruition. Fulfillment and fruition. Boom, you got them both. Yes, whatever you've been asking about is a yes. Fruition and fulfillment. Okay. Wishes coming true. Realization, dreams, happiness, cheerfulness, positivity, optimism, success, rewards, high self-esteem, triumph. It's coming. If it ain't here already, it's around the corner. Okay. Balance, though. Gotta learn to keep that balance, right? Twos, lots of twos. But for you, my love, I really feel like you gotta learn balance. Financial stability. I don't know what your financial intelligence looks like, financial literacy looks like, but continue to pour into yourself, your financial literacy, because there's a lot of prosperity coming in abundance, but some people don't know how to necessarily hold that vibration or that frequency, that currency. That can be a lot, right? Boom. You getting, you know what I'm saying? Gifts, charity, donations, money, community assistance, support, prosperity. Keep getting it. Being valued, being well paid as well. So if you were looking at something to that's supposed to be financially abundant or a return ROI, return on investment, I'd see a yes for you. Whatever it is that you're putting your time and your attention to, I definitely see you're liberating yourself. This is something that's bringing around a lot of mental clarity. You have worked through, you see how this is that kind of that same card I did for Mike. You ain't nothing holding you back but you. You see this woman, she not really bound. And she's like, is anybody around? Does anybody else see? Does anybody else care? Does anybody else? It's like, do I want people to see me like this? Is there some benefit to people seeing me in my victimhood? Or have I been seeing myself like this as well? Okay. Because really need to be seeing yourself like this harvest moon. Okay. That's where you need to be at. And then you got 9 of Cups. That's like one of the happiest cards. Wishes coming true. Gifts and charity, but sometimes you just gotta act like people then gave you $1 million, even though they didn't give you 10 cents. Sometimes you just gotta act the part, fake it till you make it. That's kind of what I see for you right now, because it's the vibration. You just practicing it right now until it really actually get here, right? You just practicing. You're performing this practice, okay? But you are releasing yourself out of this. Like I said, you see how this bird is in a bird cage, kind of, but then a bird, it was like, oh no, I'm not really in the bird cage. I'm just sitting in the bird cage, but I'm not I'm not trapped in a bird cage. So I just feel like this energy, this, especially with swords, this is mental. This is mental. This is mental. It's like, how do I like mentally get myself out of feeling trapped? Like that my hands are tied. How can I liberate and emancipate myself? Maybe you need to come up with your own like July 4th celebration. Celebrate your own emancipation. Celebrate your breaking out, breaking through. Have a day and you celebrate that. Maybe it'd be the day that something went really, really wrong for you. At least you thought it was. Maybe it was the day that you had to separate or divorce or not be with your person or the person before, right? Maybe turn that pain into power. Maybe that day that was so devastating before now ends up being so beautiful to you, you know? Because to me, it's like everything right now is in your hands. Spirit has already laid the road, the foundation for you. It's already been laid. But are you truly seeing the fulfillment and the fruition coming through? You know, having high self-esteem and triumphing. She said, needs help. Well, I feel like your support system means a lot to you, and you definitely got to keep yourself around, like, I don't want to call it high vibrational people, but you got to keep yourself around people that are rooting for you. You really need that right now. You need that support. You need that validation, and it needs to come from people that you trust getting validation from. And it's only giving you more confirmation, but not so much validation. Like, we're moving from validation. We honor that we need validation and that we are safe in who we get our validation from. And that's okay. And then we move into, okay, I've been validated. Now I can validate and confirm myself, right? I don't need to keep going outside of myself for that. Laziness. Okay. When you see this card, what is it? What comes to mind when you see this card? You see the word laziness. But what do you see about this card? Describe this card to me with the word laziness. If that matters to you. What does this card mean to you, Miss Kashina? I know there's a delay, but just honestly tell me, what does this mean to you? Okay. And I know you're typing it. What this means to me is, I have two interpretations. Yes, she says procrastination. Laziness is procrastination. But look at the picture, though. Look at this picture. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Does laziness mean, it's like laziness has a negative connotation to you? Okay, which just means that you might be trying to overdo things, trying to overachieve, trying to do too much multitasking, trying to juggle too much, right? Because you don't want to seem like you're being lazy. But we're going to read this laziness card for you. I like that you say it means procrastination. Let's just see what the card says. Let's just see what you think, okay? Because I'm just curious. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. Okay. The gentleman clearly thinks he got it made. He sits in his big overstuffed chair wearing his sunglasses, shaded by his umbrella, with his pink slippers and his pina colada in his hand. He doesn't have the energy to get up and do anything because he thinks he's done it already. He hasn't yet turned to see the mirror cracking around him in his right, a sure sign that a place he thinks he finally arrived at is about to shatter and dissolve before his eyes. The message this carries brings us that This poolside resort is not your final destination. The journey isn't over yet. As the white bird flying in the vastness of the sky is trying to show you, right? It's not over yet. Your complacency might have arisen from a real sense of achievement, but now it's time to move on. No matter how fuzzy the slippers, how tasty the pina colada, there are skies upon skies still waiting to be explored. So when you're lazy, this is negative taste, isn't it? You simply feel that you have no energy. You simply feel dull. You feel sleepy. You feel dead. When you are in a state of non-doing, then you are full of energy. It is a very positive taste. You have full energy, overflowing. You are radiant, bubbling, vibrating. You are not sleepy. You are not perfectly aware. You are not dead. You are tremendously alive. There is a possibility the mind can deceive you. It can rationalize laziness as non doing. It can say, I have become a Zen master, or I believe in Tao, but you're not deceiving anybody else. You will be deceiving only yourself. So be alert. So, okay, this is what it can mean. It's a connotation of what the word laziness looks like to you. It's a connotation of sometimes there's a time where we have to do nothing. But while we're doing something, we're in preparation. And there are stages to doing things because sometimes we're always starting something, but we never finish it. This is you getting to finish it. Fulfillment is finishing. Fruition is finishing it. But something's been holding you up from actually finishing it. And it's a sense of laziness. Not realizing that you can be a Zen master and be doing nothing and own your doing nothing, non-doing, but then also own your actions as well. We own our actions sometimes, but we don't own our need for Zen. We don't own our need for just not doing anything. There has to be a balance of those things. And that's what's imbalanced about you right now, because you have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So you could be disorganized, financial instability, overcommitment, missed opportunities, chaos, and burnout. And we don't want that right now. We don't want that. So in one area, you want to just be not doing, if it don't feel right, don't force it. If it don't feel right, don't force it. Have your routine, but anything outside of my routine, if I'm not feeling it, it's not gonna get done. And own it, because that's your Zen. But then when you feel action, and that's the procrastination, when you feel it and you don't do anything about it. That is what you're overcoming right now. So you want to, again, make sure that when it hits, you're going for it. You're doing it. You're putting your all in. But sometimes when you don't get that message, don't force it. Own your Zen. Be the master of your Zen. Right? But because you're not done yet. You know you're not done, but you have to pace yourself. You have to take breaks. You have to reflect. And you also have to enjoy the Zen as well. Because otherwise, what are we doing this for? Right? Trust at the bottom of the deck. Trust. She's trusting. She's resting right here. Right? Here, resting. But you see, she right here. She's like, I trust. Once in a while, I got to be Zen. And then because I know I got to rest my wings because I'm going to be flying here soon. So that's how I interpret it. You may interpret it a little bit differently. You're more than welcome to. I'm not mad at you. But that might be what's blocking the fruition and the fulfillment, is actually resting, being Zen, and then accepting that not doing is an actual choice. It's not necessarily laziness. I'm just not doing until I feel that impulse, that that urge, that intuitive nudge to do something. And then I move accordingly. So, because right here is like, I'm not doing, because this person here, she's like not, she's like, instead of just accepting that she's not doing anything, she's got to make a big ordeal about it. You see what I'm saying? And her doing nothing. She's got to make sure that everyone knows. This is the person that like calls out, and they're, instead of just saying, "Hey, I ain't got it in me today." This person got a whole story, right? So it's really more about being real with yourself, knowing your level, your battery levels, knowing when you need to charge up, when you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, right? So I hope that resonated with you. If you accept your message. Please write accept. It was a lot. I know. I was like, I'm just gonna pull a card for you. Okay, that went well. That was a lot, but it was necessary. Because you got some stuff coming in, girl. But sometimes people get a lot of stuff coming in. They be getting wishes and blessings and stuff, and they be burning through it. Be burning through it. It's a lot. And I don't want you to feel like that with this fulfillment, this next fruition coming in for you. It's like they say, a lot of people win the lottery and they go broke so quickly. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you, but some people can't hold on to that currency. That currency, that what kind of currency the people that are millionaires got to be having. They got to work on maintaining. What kind of trust they have to have for people around them in their circle, who's handling it. It's a lie. You're so vulnerable, and you're to that type of currency when you have that type of money. Even if you're a thousandaire, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to say the song more money, more problems, but more money, more attention, more money, more, things that come around it, because it's currency. It's like went from being like a little dirt cell battery to being a whole center. You working with a lot more energy, a lot more maintenance, lots more moving parts. You got rest. Sometimes you just got to rest. Sometimes you just got to rest. Sometimes you got to hey, I got to shut it all the way down. Say a holiday. I just made it up. Full card. Starting over. I ain't got it in it, but maybe tomorrow I will, and owning that time, that space, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, it's just, I'm going to do a general message because I'm kind of nosy. What's this 7-7 portal mean for us, dear universe? Action. I keep seeing action. Okay, well, there we go. Discernment. We got the discernment card. Look at that. Discernment. What do we need to have some discernment about? It's about this Friday. What's going on by Friday? Friday, Spirit. What about this discernment card? What do we need? What do we need to know about this discernment? I feel like people are also going to be activated through their third eye. Downloads through this portal up until the 10th. I feel like that because portals typically, they always say 3 days before, 3 days after. Some of y'all already been getting downloads, ideas, right? Probably hear them voices talking with the schizophrenic card. You're wondering if the voices is yours or somebody else. And of course, it's these downloads, these clouds. If you've been seeing clouds lately, could be some downloads coming through. Information, and then it's magnified. The sun is magnified it through the clouds, and now it's even more. And you're like, who said that? Or you might even be talking to yourself. Just saying, you might even be talking to yourself. You'd be like, who am I talking to? People looking at you and you like, well, I'm still going to have a conversation with this person because obviously it's more interested in what you got going on. Moment to moment. Lots of twos. Lots of twos. And a lot of you too have, if y'all got to stay moment to moment with this transformation, moment to moment, you got to stay very present with this transformation. Because if you or get anywhere stuck, you're not gonna get the upload the proper way. You're gonna get pieces and not the whole of this download, this transformation that's coming through. Have complete reverence for yourself the next few days to the 10th. Okay. Have complete reverence because some of y'all are bamboo and some of y'all are oak trees. Some of y'all will grow slow and some of y'all grow fast. Everybody's growing at their own speed. But if you resonate with the bamboo tree, bamboo is a tree don't shoot out and grow until 5 years being in the ground. 5 years. Then all of a sudden, boom, it pops out of nowhere. And that's some of y'all are going to be the bamboo. And some of you guys are going to be the oak tree that's going to live for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay. So everybody has their own speed. A lot of people are going through transformations right now. It's very intense. Lots of intensity. Okay. Energy levels are going to be high and they're going to be low. Because that transformation, that upload is coming in. You got to be on a full, what they say, when you upgrade your phone, it need to be on the charger. And you have at least have like 50% battery. And it got to be on the Wi-Fi. What do you have to do to get your download or your upload? What do you have to be doing? Do you need to be charged up? Do you need to be resting? Do you need to be in a surrendering state? Do you need to be connected to Wi-Fi or do you need to be connected to nature or grounded? And are you plugged in? Are you ready for the download? Are you giving it that discernment? Are you giving it that full attention? Are you clogging your body with unnecessaries? Or are you maybe fasting or drinking and being more aware of what you're putting in your body while you're uploading and integrating this download? Boom. Are you exhausted? Because this download might make you a little tired. I'm saying. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's coming through and it might have you really tired. Might have you exhausted because it is really coming in and integrating you with some new information. It's going to feel like some pieces are being removed. Some apps, some applications are being removed. They're not going to operate under this new system, these new downloads coming in. Right? Might be time for you to just play and be in nature and be doing something creative. That's what you could be doing. You wondering, how can I receive this download? What should I be doing? You should be in playing mode, doing things that you like, things that bring about creativity, painting, drawing, watercolors, doing some tai chi, some dancing, being in your feminine. That's what you need to be doing right now to receive this download. Not in your mind. Because if there's a view in your mind, this is what the download gonna do to you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is crazy. I know you don't want this. So you either get this, or you can either be this, right? This or this. And sometimes it's like getting supplements. Some supplements are going down easy and some just give you, okay? So what mode are you going to be in? Are you going to be in this playfulness, or are you going to be up in your mind trying to figure out why this is happening? And no, just let the download completely and then discern it, take it apart or, integrate it. But let it download first, because some of y'all not even getting the full download because you're stopping, you're getting distracted, you're in your mind again. And again, you got to stop doing that. The download got to come and let it come in. Turning in like her. She turning in. Right? Turning in. You got a lot of fours. Participation, turning in. This is how you participate in this portal, this upload, this download that everybody's getting is through turning in. Okay. This turning in could be just as simple as just, again, that silence, that quietness, that stillness. Okay. Let me read participation for you, please. Let me read how we can participate. We got turning in. Okay, so let me read this because this number came up as well. It says turning inwards is not a turning at all. Going inwards is not going at all. Turning inwards simply means that you have been running after this desire, and that you have been running and running, and you have been coming again and again to frustration. That each desire brings misery, that there is no fulfillment through desire, that you never reached anywhere, that contentment is impossible. Seeing this truth, that running after desires take you nowhere, you stop. Not that you make any effort to stop. If you make any effort to stop, it is again running in a subtle way. You are still desiring. Maybe now it is the desirelessness that you desire. So, again, through this discernment, this way to really get this download, you kind of got to not have any desires, because I feel like what spirit is wanting to your higher self, your new chapter, your next step is going to be so much bigger than what you can think of. That's why you have to surrender to the download, because you have no fucking clue what this is going to bring about. You can only discern it after the download has happened. But until then, you don't know what your divine assignment is. I feel like a lot of people are going to get reassigned new intentions, new expectations, new journeys, new things. We're all about to get a download, and we're going to be like, oh, that's what I need to be doing now. These could be career changes, partnership changes. There's going to be a lot of shifting happening, because a lot of things have to change because they've been going the same way for too long. And this is a huge year with a lot of transits and a lot of things that have never happened in human time. So this is a time for us just to, I know, even though we are surrounded by technology, we're surrounded by go. This is a time for us to just sit still and absorb as much of this new information that we can take, because we are the leaders. We are the new light. We are the we're the pave makers or the road makers to the collective, especially if you resonate with the metaphysical spiritual messages that most of us are getting and receiving. It is no coincidence. There's not going to be like this big celebration that you got the download. This download, this new one that's coming in, is going to be so important, because it's going to collapse structures. It's going to collapse societies. It's huge. And we need to be able to accept this. We're not playing in the little leagues anymore. We're definitely playing in the big leagues. And we need to understand that it is really important for us to purify however we can and not be distracted these next few days. And that is including today. And it is about to be midnight, which is going to be 7-8 here in less than 1 minute for me. So I am going to shut off. I appreciate everyone that stayed on for this message. It was a lot. It was a lot of downloads coming through, and there's so much more. But I am going to take my own advice, and I'm going to rest and integrate for the next 3 days the messages. And I will be back here live again on Thursday. And if I get any downloads in the meantime, just make sure that you're following and you have the subscribe button and the notification bell selected so that you can get my downloads with me. And the more that you are tapped in with me, the more that I can pull the collective messages that actually resonate with you as well. Okay. So, everybody, have a good night and divine rising because it's already midnight in some places. And I will collect and talk to you again on the next live.